The day before Thanksgiving in 2015, I was dreading work. While GameStop stayed closed on Thanksgiving Day, I was still dreading that I had to go into the store the night before, working in the wee hours of the morning to set everything up. I was definitely not looking forward to it. So before that, I decided to go see Creed, which has just been released that Wednesday. Now, I'm a big Rocky fan, through all the highs and lows. Trailers up to that point had me cautiously optimistic. Sylvester Stallone was back, director Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan were reuniting after the indie hit Fruitvale Station. And some of the boxing scenes that they showed looked genuinely promising. One of my big concerns though was this. If they were making a Creed movie, how were they going to differentiate the tone so it felt like its own film, and not just a retread of Rocky? That question is answered immediately. Opening scene takes us into a juvenile correction facility. It's dark, very somber. A fight breaks out. You see a kid overflowing with anger and frustration, completely unfazed by how much bigger the other kid is. From there, we're introduced to Marianne, the widow of Apollo Creed. In a conversation between her and Adonis, the subject of his father comes up. After a few subtle reminders that we're in the Rocky universe, the title card hits.
Do you think you'd want to do that?
What was his name?
Clearly announcing that this is a Creed movie. The opening is something every producer in Hollywood should study when it comes to legacy sequels. It establishes a different tone while still fitting naturally within the same universe. You get a quick spark of nostalgia, but you're also reminded that this is a new story with its own characters. When I think about Rocky, I think about the overarching theme of self-worth. Rocky doesn't care about winning or losing. What he wants is to prove to himself that he can go the distance, that he can show up fully and give everything he has. It's about endurance, which is fitting not just for boxing, but for life. Creed could have gone down the same path, but Ryan Coogler takes a different approach. While Rocky is proving your self-worth in a world where you feel insignificant, Creed is about proving you're more than the legacy you inherit. Adonis spends stretches of the movie fighting because he doesn't want to be known as a mistake. He's caught between what people think he is and who he wants to become. That's a struggle a lot of sons go through, the weight of their father's expectations, and whether the legacy is something they fear, reject, or don't feel ready to own. We see these themes also reflected differently through the love interest of both movies. In Rocky, Adrian represents safety. She's quiet, she's patient, and believes in Rocky before he even believes in himself. She gives him something he's never had before, a reason to believe that showing up is enough. That's why going the distance means more to him than any win. Creed takes a different approach with Bianca. Bianca challenges Adonis at every turn. She wants honesty. She has her own dreams, her own drive, and her own fears. She refuses to let Adonis hide behind his anger or his father's name. When she pushes back, it isn't because she doubts him. It's because she sees his potential and won't let him waste it.
What you think about what's true? You love to fight, right? Yeah, it makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are Apollo Creed's son, right?
Yes.
So then use the name. It's yours.
If Adrian provides safety for Rocky, Bianca demands growth from Adonis. These two themes are also reflective in the training that both characters get. When we think of Rocky, we think of the iconic run up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. But that isn't where it starts. At first, Rocky is wheezing his way up those steps after Mickey visits him and offers to train him. As his belief in himself grows, it culminates in him triumphantly sprinting to the top. Mickey reflects the theme of self-worth as well, While he gives Rocky coaching advice, what he really instills is belief. Resilience is Rocky's only way to survive the fight. But resilience doesn't matter if you don't believe you belong. Contrast that with Creed. Adonis's legacy is what pulls Rocky out of retirement to train him. The training becomes more technical, more disciplined, more intentional. There's a clear game plan against Pretty Ricky Conlon. And what Adonis is missing isn't physical, it's psychological. Rocky doesn't just teach Adonis how to fight, he forces him to confront what he fears most. Why is he fighting? Adonis can't keep running from his father's legacy, he has to own it.
I gotta prove it. Prove what? I'm not a mistake.
I love what Coogler and Michael B. Jordan do with Adonis by the end of the film. Because ultimately, Creed argues that you can honor the legacy that came before you while still standing firmly as your own person. That legacy isn't something to be afraid of, it's something to be acknowledged and move forward with. If Rocky is about proving he isn't just another bum from the neighborhood, then Creed is about proving that you're more than just a name.